Hello and welcome to the Bearded Hammer YouTube channel. Now, the last video had much success, thank you very much for that. And what I would say is, if you want more content like that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We now take on Nottingham Forrest at home on Saturday at 3 o'clock. We know who we're playing in Europe, and we know potentially Rafa Benítez could take over the reins after David Moyes. But let's discuss whether those things are good or bad. I think we'll start off with the Europa League draw. We'll touch on that briefly because we might have a bit more informed information. We're going to take on Cypriot team Lekana. I think it's AEK Lekana. I think that's how you pronounce it. Or Lankana. I don't really know. Don't know much about them. They've only played 2 games in the Conference League. They've won them both. But it looks like the easiest draw we could probably get, and we could use it as a bit of a warm weather training camp. Will that help with a new manager coming in? Questions yet to be answered. But the more pressing issue, we take on Nottingham Forest at home on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Now, last time we played Nottingham Forest, it was their first game back in the Premier League at home, and we had a few decisions go against us. But that said, we wasn't good enough to win the game, even without decisions, which is what you have to be in the current state of VAR. They currently sit 5 points above us, and we're in the relegation zone, so it is a must-win match. From media reports, it is reported that if David Moyes doesn't win, then he will be gone. Now, for me, if you're in that position already, having to make, if he doesn't win the next game, he's out. He should have been out already. It's been a while since we've seen a W in the column for the week, and this is a must-win fixture. It is a 6-pointer. You could say relegation 6-pointer, with them sitting 5 points above us. Leeds have got a new manager in Javi Garcia, who did really well with Wolves. We'll probably win them a few points. Whether it will be enough to keep them out of relegation, I don't know. Southampton have stuck with a guy who was their assistant, but they did beat Chelsea, so they're going to be full of confidence. And they've got more wins than us in their last few games. Bournemouth, again, are probably going to go down. I think they're probably one of the favourites for going down under Gary O'Neill. And Everton have got Sean Dyche. So this one is a real 6 point. If we don't win this, then that puts Nottingham Forest at 13th, pretty much safe, 8 points ahead of us in the game. Now, they have bought lots of players. They have got lots of experience. They have got now the guy who was at PSG in goal. So you have to say they've got a real strength about them and experience about them, and by strength, what I mean is they've got the ability to change their squad completely and have a fresh new set of players out who all have somewhat experienced careers in and amongst the Premier League. Only bonuses being Kurt Zouma looks like he could return. Maxwell Cornet is back in training. Maybe it's a bit too soon for him to make an appearance. Danny Ings looks like he could start. And David Moyes has tried to rile up the players and the West Ham crowd by saying, we need you to get behind us and support us. Fans have never gone anywhere, as far as I'm concerned. It's more about the lack of commitment, I suppose, from the players and the performances, which is what's been struggling. And obviously, Lucas Paqueta, apparently he's been doing some light work, but I think it's probably too soon to have him back. He was meant to be out for 12 weeks. I mean, it's one of those things that, of course, I want us to win. Of course I do. But that said, I don't think that's the most pressing thing. The most pressing thing is that Rafa Benítez looks to be set to take over if Moyes loses. And I think that's actually even worse. I think I'd rather stick with Moyes than go with Rafa Benítez. His last few jobs have been awful. He's never really done a good job at a club. Even at Liverpool, I don't think he was good. People might go, we won the Champions League. Yeah, but wasn't his team, was it? It was an inherited team mostly. I feel like that's taking a step backwards. Appoint someone on the interim. Don't appoint someone for a long term. I mean, Krasinski has said he wants to purchase more of West Ham, but he's waiting to see what happens with us, because obviously if we go down, we're not worth as much, so he's going to invest some more money at that point, I would think. But yeah, hopefully a win at the weekend, but it feels like we're all losers. If we win, we keep David Moyes and we struggle on still. If we lose, we all lose because the team loses and we get Rafa Benítez. So it's a no-win situation really at the moment. What do I think the score's going to be? If I'm honest, I think Forest may have too much for us, but I think we might struggle to. It'll be a scrappy game. I'm going to go 2-2 for this one. Let me know what you think the score will be in the comment section. It'll be interesting to hear other people's thoughts. And let me know who would you rather have in charge? Who would you rather have in charge, Moyes or Benítez? But until next time, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I've been the Bearded Hammer. See you soon.